Hi everyone, my name is Hoon and my number matrix is A20A1906. We come from Group 11 and now we want to present about the journal review with the title Mapping for Leadership Style in Japan. We have 6 members in this group, which is me, Hoon, NURTEHAH binti Norman, Sheehan, PREETI, ENGKU ATIKAH binti ENGKU MADZMAN, JESCY.
Hi everyone, my name is JESCY. Number matrix is A20A1380. Now I would like to present the intro of the journal review. According to the research, school principal may be significant leadership in the school development. They have effects that are measurable, beneficial, and significant on the learning of study. There are many studies that measure the concept of leadership or the degree to which leadership behavior has an effect. This study to provide a general empirical support for the nation that school leadership is extremely important. This study will investigate how internationally recognized leadership styles such as transactional, instructional, transformational, and distributed leadership have developed in Japan educational system.
Hi, my name is ATIKAH binti ENGKU MADZMAN and my matric number is A20A1291. Now I'm going to present the theory and model. There are 4 leadership which are model that can be applied, which are transactional leadership, instructional leadership, transformational leadership, and distributed leadership. Transactional leadership is used to achieve predetermined goals primarily through the reciprocal exchange, conditional rewards, or compliance, without necessarily attending to a shared sense of purpose, according to the author's definitions of the 4 leadership styles. Instructional leadership is a type of leadership that places a clear emphasis on fostering an environment in the classroom where instructors can increase their instruction and students can improve their learning, sometimes in tandem with a focus on the mission and culture of the school. Next, transformational leadership, although having a clear emphasis on teaching and learning, focuses on setting the stage for progress by articulating a vision, investing in people, and redesigning the organization. Distributed leadership is a style of leadership that consciously eschews the idea of single leader in favor of encouraging the distribution of leadership, which is primarily characterized by interactions among stakeholders.
Hello, so I'm PREETI SOCHITRO KUMAR. I'm going to present about the finding of this tutorial. The purpose on the study was to compare Japanese school leadership practices to those in the West to identify specific policy improvements that may be made. 2 categories of sources are used to collect data on the function of the school principal. The first source is legislation, which includes governmental and ministerial ordinance. Policy documents serve as a second source. As for legislation, results of an analysis of national legislation on the role of the principal are presented in Table 2. Table 2 shows that there has been an increased focus on 3 types of leadership over the last few decades. In terms of category, instructional leadership appears to be the least prevalent style among the 4. If the calculation were to include provisions that do not touch upon the instructional aspect of leadership, then this style will become equally as prevalent as the other 3 styles. Many of the provisions related to instructional leadership reference a specific set of activities rather than focusing on instructional leadership more comprehensively. Examples include the principal's authority to allow special curricula for students with disabilities and international students who learn Japanese as a second language. As for policy documents, 35 documents analyzed and 28 were created after 2000 and 15 after 2010, indicating an increased interest in the principal over time. Transactional role of the principal is the least common among the 4 leadership styles. Policy documents aim to transform schools into continuously improving organizations with a focus instructional, transformational, or distributed leadership. There was an explicit move away from instructional leadership in the 2000s. Almost all, which is 95.3% of the policy documents, feature an aspect of transformational leadership to to some extent. This back and forth movement regarding instructional leadership presents a unique feature of the Japanese education on context. Report in 2015 took a more comprehensive approach and emphasized the importance of establishing a clear educational vision for individual schools. Principals, vice principals, and managing teachers are key players in the transformation of how schools are run. Policy documents around 2007 called for the creating a new position such as a vice principal, managing teachers, and head teachers. The Central Council for Educational recent report featured school as a team where curriculum, daily educational activities, and resources are managed holistically. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is NURTEHAH binti Nomar. My mandate number is A20A1845. Now I want to continue for the main point. The main point for this genre is in the term of the leadership style. Majority in Japan in the 2000 and 2010, they have a big professions and documents related to teaching leadership style, transformational leadership styles, and distributed leadership style. Since 1985, research on transformational leadership style in Japan has experienced stabilization, which is big in the early 1990s, and after 2005, distributed leadership studies dominate this field. The second main point is the different contextualization of international leadership. In general, Japanese policymakers were not interested in the international leadership until the 2010. The reason is the accumulation of a bottom-up perspective practice rather than policy and research, which is the emergence of international leadership in Japan. The second reason is the failure to gain momentum because it does not fit with the daily reality of the schooling. Therefore, NEXT has placed a clear emphasis on the principal's role to deliver teacher teaching skills and improve school management by focusing on the core curriculum management, which is an important component of instructional leadership.
Hi, my name is SHEE. I'm a normal matrix A20A2292. Now I'm going to present the recommendations. One of the weaknesses that we can learn and know from this journal is that they not provides a complete account of the roles that middle leaders like the head teachers and vice principal play in school management. An incomplete account of the roles that middle leaders like the head teachers and vice president play in school management might affect the students to miss out on experience the way to become leaders or miss out on experience leadership opportunities. If the complete account of roles that middle leaders are provided, the students will not only have the opportunities to gain leadership experience, but they will also have the opportunities to learn the ways to build a relationship with others, characterize the identity, and also get to improve the efficiency in completing the tasks or challenges. School management in Japan is suggested to provide a complete and detailed account of the roles that middle leaders like the head teachers and vice principals play in school management. This is to avoid the students wasting the chances to gain experience or improve their skills. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Hoon and my number is A20A1906. Now I want to present about the conclusion. In the conclusion, despite being failed for its outstanding PISA achievement, Japan's education system confronts a number of issues. Among these include increasing the student critical thinking, communication skill, and self-efficacy, as well as eliminating bullying and absenteeism. Principal confronts seemingly unprecedented problems in the current era when combined with the accountability movement that drives school toward improvement. Despite the somewhat centralizing character of its education system, it is rather unfortunate that Japan has yet to fully explain what a good school administrator looks like. Policymakers in Japan should not expect good principles to arise naturally or unintentionally, but should instead deliberate create policy that clearly communicate expectations for the principal while also building their ability. This will aid in the establishment of the school as a real learning organization led by the principal. That's all for me. Thank you.